Hi, welcome to the lecture. In the last class, we were discussing conditionals and iteratives. We had completed major part of conditionals and we were dealing with iteratives. Let's continue our discussion. In the last class, I had given a task. The task was to write a Python program that asks the user to input a number from 1 to 12 and uses if elif else structure to print the corresponding month name. Let's solve this question U in VS Code. First of all, let's say user is entering. Let's create a variable named month number. It must be of integer. Enter the month number. Then we must use if function. Then we must give the condition if month number is equal to 1, it must print January. Elif month number is equal to 2, it must print February. If elif month number is equal to 3, it must print March. Equal to 4, it must print April. So let me explain the program. In the first line over here, we are taking a variable named month name. We are typecasting the value to integer form and using the int function. In the first statement, we are taking any input from the user, preferably 1 to 12. If user gives any other input, we will follow the else part. So if the input is 1, it must print January. If the input is 2, then Feb. For 3, it must print March, and likewise till for 12 December. If user enters any number which is beyond this, it will print last part, that is else part, that the entered number is out of provided range 1 to 12. Let's run the program. Let's enter 3 and it's printing March. Let's enter now 12, it must print December. Let's see, it's printing December. So it's preferred to use multiple ifs, because if you don't do so, and if you will use one if and some elifs, it will create overflow in your program. For example, in our case, just for demonstrating the same, I changed the if in line number 7. I changed the elif in line number 7 to if, and now after I print enter 1, I am getting Jan as well as entered number is out of range. So if part is executing as well as else part, therefore it's always recommended to use if elif else instead of multiple if statement whenever you deal with conditional statement. So we have already done with the homework that I had provided, or you can say practice question. So now we will move forward. In the last class, we had discussed till nested conditions. Conditions work only and only when outer condition is true. Then only it goes to the inner condition. In the last class, I had taught you using branch that nested condition can also be termed as branch condition, that it only goes inside when the outer is true. Now moving forward, today we will be discussing iterative statements, that is loops. Before going ahead, I will explain what's iterative statement mean. So the word iterative in English means repetitive. So you are doing any task again and again. For example, I say you to write 1 to 100. So you can either do 1, 2, 3, 4, but I would say that write the multiplication table of 29. So you can perform likewise that 1, 29, 1s are 29, 29, 2s are, I think it will be 58, and likewise you can go, but using iterative statements, also known as loops, we can perform the repetitive task by providing the logic and we get the desired output. So iterative statement saves a lot of our time, and it's very functional as well, and it's fully dependent on logic. So there are two types of loops, while loop and for loop. So while loop works until till the condition is true. If the condition becomes false, so operation of while loop stops. And in for loop, we already know number of iterations to be provided. So now after overview, let us learn both of them in detail, and we will solve a few questions. So let's dive in. So the while loop repeats a block of code as long as condition is true. So this is the syntax of while. You will be writing here while keyword. and then you will be writing condition either in braces or without braces, whichever you find it desirable. Then below condition you will write the block of code that you need to be executed. So let me teach you the syntax of while loop. So there are three major parts of while loop. First and foremost, initialization. After writing the conditions here, you need to write uh, initialization. So it sets the starting value before loop and the conditions, and condition you will be writing over here while condition, and initialization you can either do before, it's preferred, you must do before, and updation at the last, because it will tell you how long the loop must go or the condition. So before going teaching this, taking practice questions, let me give some more concept clarity. So while is a loop, I hope you understood the meaning of loop till now. So for example, I need to print 1 to 10. So 1, you can do likewise that print 1. So what will this print? It printed 1 because it's an integer. Now similarly, you can also do print 2. So it will print 1 and 2, and similarly till if you continue going on, it will print till 10, or you can also do let's check if this works. No, it isn't working. So you need to write multiple print statements to print 1 to 10. But using loop, it saves a lot of our time, and we can automate the task. So let me teach you while loop first of all. So in while loop, you will write while keyword here, that is while, and then you will write condition. But before this, you need to write initialization. So here you will be writing some condition. Let's say I is greater than equal to 5, or I is less than equal to 5, or any other conditions. So first of all, you need to declare I. So let me initialize here I is equals to, let's say, 1. So now you can write here, let's change the question, let's print 1 to 10 over here. So I must be, so while I is less than or equal to 10. So we are writing a condition. Now we will put colons here. Now we will write print I, and now we will update the value of I is plus 1. So let me try run this and teach you. So in the first line, I have initialized I equal to 1 initial. And the second line number 2, I am checking the condition that I is less than or equal to 10. If this condition is true, while true, that is condition is true, it will check yes or no. If yes, then it will go here and print the value of I. And in fourth statement, we are updating the value of I. So I plus 1. Now, if the earlier value of I, say for example, it was 1 here, now it will check yes, its I is true. So yes, the condition will pass. 1 is less than or equal to 10. Then it will print the value of I as given in state line number 3, and in line number 4 it's given I is equals to I plus 1. So this is update part. Now it will check the initial value of 1 I, and as it is 1, so it will add another one. So yes, 2. Now the loop, the flow of program will again go to second line. It will check while 2 is less than or equal to 10, the condition is still true. Then it will again print till line number 3, that is print the value of I. So 2 will be printed. Then it will come to line number 4, where value will be updated of I by 1. So I becomes 3. Likewise, it will go till 10. So now we will be discussing the 10th case. So now let's say the value of I is 10 after 9 iterations. So now it will check is 10 less than or equal to 10. So the less than condition fails, but 10 is equal to 10 still. So it will print the value of I, and then again I will be increased. The value of I will increase. Now I will become 11. Now it will again go to line number 2. It will check if I, that is 11, is less than or equal to 10. So 11 is definitely not, it is definitely greater than 10. So it will not print line number 3 as the condition is false. So the flow of the program will, flow of loop will stop, and that was the last check over here. It won't check further. So as I've already taught you, let's now run this. So it's getting printed. If you want me to put some smaller value, for example till 3, let's now do this. So it will check 1. So yes, 1 is less than or equal to 3. So condition true, it will print 1. Then again it will update the value. Then 2 will be getting printed. Then 3. When 4, when the value of I will be 4 after 3 updates, after 2 updations, because the initial value of I was 1, not 0, as 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. Then it will check is 4 is less than or equal to 3. Then the answer is false. 4 is obviously greater than 3. So the condition will be failing over here. So line number 3 won't to be executed. Let's see now. So 1, 2, 3 is getting printed. Similarly, you will use while statement for Fibonacci series and other applications. So the key for using while loop is until the condition is true, we will be getting the answer. The program will be executing perfectly. So while loop is used to when we don't know the number of iterations, but we know till when our condition must be true. I hope you got it. So let's now deal with the question. So our question is very same that we discussed right now. Write a Python program that prints number 1 to 5 using while loop. So we have already dealt with this question. Let me reframe the question for you. Now let us change the question and let's create a new question ourselves. So the new question goes like, print the table of 2 using while loop. So the table of 2 is like 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 2 threes are 6, and it goes till 20. So if you will look here, then after in every step there is updation of 2, because 2 plus 2 becomes 4, and here 4 plus 2 becomes 6, and likewise as you will go down and down, plus 2 will be incremented, or you can say increased. I hope you got it. And the initial value was 2. So we need to print 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. This is the thing, desired output, which our program needs. So let's solve the question now. So first of all, I thought you that we will initialize the variable. So let's name the variable n. So let me name the variable n, and n is having 2 right now. So we need to print till 10. So let us change the, let us write the condition over here. So we will be writing condition for instance I am writing condition, and then here thing to be printed or anything, whatever operation you need to do. So let me write the condition. So before condition, we will think that what we will print. So we will in our case just print the value of n itself. So we are printing the value of n over here. So n must be n plus 2. So condition now in our case will be n must be less than or equal to 20. So let me explain the code to you. So first of all, we are initializing a variable n with the number 2. And in second statement, we are writing a condition using while that the loop must run till n is, it will run perfectly till the point the value of n is less than or equal to 20. In line number 3, we are printing the value of n or whatever the value n was having at that point of time while the execution of the loop. In line number 4, we are updating the value of n, and we are writing n is equals to n plus 2. So let's say if n had a value 2 earlier, so 2 plus 2 becomes 4, then it will again go to line number 2, then it will print the value over here, then it will print 4 because it will check is 4 less than or equal to 20, then yes, it is 4 is less than 20, and then it will again come to line number 4, then it will update the value of 4 by 2, so 4 plus 2 becomes 6, then again line number 2, and this chain will complete till the time the chain will be followed till the time our condition is true. Once the condition false, the loop won't execute any longer. I hope you got it. So let's see. So we are getting our desired output. In case you aren't able to see, let me first of all clear this. So we are getting our desired output. You can try for multiple of 3 as well. So by the way, if any of you is thinking that we need to write the condition this itself n is less than or equal to 20, no, it's not true. You can change the logic of program according to your wish. If you say that you will take another variable and you will multiply 2 ones are 2, or you will be printing the value of 2n itself here. For example, you are printing here 2n, print 2 times n. You can also do the same. So n is equals to n plus 1. In this case, so it was now I am teaching you how to build your logic over here. So this will print the same output that we got just right now. So right now what I did over here, so I changed the value of n to 1, and now while loop is saying n should be less than or equal to 10, and now I am printing 2n instead. So it's 2 into the value of n. So value of n will be getting changed and it will always get multiplied by 2. So let me try run the same for you guys. So first of all time n had a value of 1. So it will check is 1 is less than or equal to 10. So yes, it is true. Then it will print 2 into 1. So answer will be 2. Then it will update the value of n. So n is equals to n plus 1. So now our n becomes 1 plus 1 is equals to 2. Now again it will go to second statement and check if 2 is less than or equal to 10. So yes, it is. Then it will again print 2 into 2. That is answer will be 4. And likewise it will keep on going. So I am executing the same. And we are getting the same output. I hope you are clear with this. So now we complete our while loop, and now we will go to for loop. Another question is being provided over here. We will solve this question later, or you can try this question at home. Now I shall move to for loop. So in for loop, the for loop is used when the number of iteration is known in advance. So in for loop, we already know how many times we need to run our program. For example, in while loop, we knew the condition till when, but in for loop, we know exact how many times we need to run. I hope you are clear with this, and if not, with the upcoming practice, you will be clear with these things. So let me explain the for loop now. So let's go through the syntax of for loop. So for variable in sequence. So then we will write the block of code and runs for each time in the sequence. So let us go through the range function now. So the first method is range n. Well, you will write range n. The output will be 0 to n minus 1. For example, you write a range 5. So the output will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all. So the 5 here represents how many times the loop will work, and the starting point, if no parameter is given, it will be 0. So for writing range n, 0 to n minus 1, if you write range start and end, so it will start at the given and it will end in n minus 1. For example, range 2, 7 will give you 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you do range start and step, then it will print start to end minus 1 with a step. For example, you give 1 to 10 and the step is 2, so it will print 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. So before heading to practice problems, I would like to implement the same in VS Code and teach it in a better manner. So in our case, we have written for I in range 5. It will print the value of I. Whenever you do so, it will be start from 0 and it will go till n minus 1. So in our case, it will go till 5 minus 1, that is 4. So it must print 1, 2, 3 and 4. Let's check the output. So yes, it is printing the same. So I hope you are clear with this. Let me change the value and show you the same. So now it must print 0, 1, 2. That's all, because it will start from 0 and it will go to n minus 1. So 3 minus 1 is 2. So let's see what's the output. Yes, our output is right. So now let me show you something else. What if you have written 1 to 6? So writing 1 to 6, as you have given both start index and stop index, so it will start from 6 and it will go till 6 minus 1. So it is 5, so it must print 1, then it will go to the next line 2, 3, 4 and 5. So let's see what's the output. Output is the same. It has printed 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Let me change this thing and show you using different example. So now we have written 2 to 8. So it will start from 2 and it will go till 8 minus 1, 7. So it must print 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Let's run and check what's the output. So yes, our output is right. So it has started from 2 and it went to 7. So what if now you want to skip some characters? So for example, let me write here 2 to 10, 2 to 11. So 2 to 11 will give you from 1 to 10. And let's check what it has provided. So it has provided 1 to 10. What if now you want to jump directly from 2 to 4, then you want 6, then you want 8, then you want 10. How will you do so? So in order to do so, first of all, we need to change 1 to 2. So now it will start from 2 and it will go to 10. But we only need even numbers. So after 2, 4 is the even number. And for getting 4, you need to make 2 jumps. So 2 to 3 it will be 1 jump, and then 3 to 4 the other. So step is used whenever you want to make jump across the series. You will be using step. So in our case, we are using 2. And let's see what's the output. The probable output is 2. Then it will make 2 jump. Then it will go 4. Then 4 plus 2. It will make again 2 jump. Make sure that here 2 represents the number of jump. It won't add anything. I will implement the same and show you. So we are getting, now let me change the value to 1, and now we will be making 3 jump. I hope you are clear. So let me copy it from here. So we had written here for I in range 1 to 3, 1 to 11. So it will start from 1 and it will go till 11 minus 1, that is 10, and our jump is 3. I want to make this very clear now. It won't add the implementation of this is jump. You must understand this with jump or step, whatever you feel is correct. So it will make first jump 1 to 2, then 2 to 3, then 3 to 4. Then it will print 4, and after 4 it will again make 3 jump as mentioned. So it must print, it will go first jump, second jump, and third jump. So it will print 4, 7. Now it will try to make another jump. So 8, 9. So it isn't getting anything. So first jump over here, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the same we will be getting. Let's check. So 1, 4, 7, and 10. Although I said the number of jump, which is the right approach, although you can do the sum, it will provide you the same result. What if we subtract this? Now let's see how it performs. So we are not getting any value because actually it's a jump, to be honest, because if you will do subtraction, then the approach fails. Although you can do by summation and subtraction, but jump is a clear method. Or you can say step, whatever you feel right. So let's discuss some problems now. So problem number 12 goes like, write a Python program that prints hello 5 times using a for loop. So we need to print hello 5 times. So you can do so by writing hello 5 times, but here we have mentioned that I need to write for loop. So let us for I in range 1 to 6 print hello. So let me teach you this. Let me explain first of all. So the first value of our I is 1. So it will print one time, then it will increase the value by 1 because no step is provided here. So by default the step will be 1. So now 1 plus 1 will become now 2, and likewise it must print 5 times. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are getting the desired output. So we are given here another statement. So write a Python program that prints number 1 to 10 using for loop. So let me explain you this. Although I think I have already discussed this question, so still I want to go through as it's the first time teaching you for loop. So it wants from 1 to 10. How can you do so? You can simply write 11 here or 1. What's the difference? Writing here directly 11. So your loop will start from 0 and not from 1. Therefore, you must write 1. And here you can write 1 or you can skip it. It's all up to you. It won't create any much difference. So this is the step. So avoiding step is same as writing as 1. So it must print 1 to 10. Let's see. Here we need to change print hello to 1. The value of I. Let's see. It is printing the desired output 1 to 10. Now we are coming to problem number 14. Problem 14 says that write a Python program that prints even number from 2 to 10 using a for loop. So just now we used a while loop to print the table of 2. So now we must print the same table of 2 using for loops. And how will you do so? So I taught you about step, and we will be using that mechanism itself. So we will start our table from 2 and we will go till 21, and our step must be 2. So it will print the desired output, and yes, we are getting. So our start index is 2, it will go 2, and then it will add, it will print the value of 2, then it will add another 2. So step you can give a general overview about step is same as addition, although it's more recommended to use the term step or jump. So it will again jump 2 values and it will check change to 4, and 4 will be printed, again 2 jump, and it will go till the range 20, and yes, because 21 minus 1 is 20, and that's the stop index. So stop index minus 1, that's the value that we will be getting at final if it is within the step. So let me go through the next question now. The next question goes like, write a Python program that prints a countdown 10 to 1. So in this question has changed. So it questions is like it must print 1, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and likewise, and it must go till 1 or 0. Let me check it again, till 1. So how will you do so? So we must start our term start index must be 10 in our case, and the step must be minus 1, and likewise it will go till 0, or what should we provide in our stop index. So stop index minus 1 is the value that we will be getting. So if you write 1 over there, so that won't be feasible. Therefore we must write 0. Writing 0 will give us the desired output. So let me write the same. So so when you write this itself without any step, let me show you what it prints. It won't print anything because by default the step is 1 and you are already starting with 10, there is no way to go to 0. So let me show you the same. So you won't print anything, you won't be getting any result. But whenever you do -1, so it will go like 10 minus 1, 9 will be printed, and likewise when it encounters 1, so that 1 will be the biggest number that we will be getting. So 1 will be the last number that we will be getting. Yes, the step is negative. I hope you are clear with this. And now comes our nested loop. So what is nested loop? Just like I had thought in earlier class that nested if conditions, when the outer condition is true, then only the inner will be executed. If the inner is true, although outer is false, you won't get any result, because the working principle of nested conditions or nested loop is same as that of branch mechanism. So I hope you got it. Now let's go through this problem statement that we have been given over here. The question is, write a Python program that prints the right angled triangle pattern of a star. So let me explain the solution to you, as well as I will explain the code. So first of all, we are writing here for loop. This is the outer loop, and inside this is the inner loop, and inside the inner block, so this is the inner block, we are printing star, and then we are writing and this is equals to space. So this and will just create small space after printing one star, and then print this is given here for changing our line, and that is the part of outer loop. I hope you got it. Now let me explain you step by step. So first of all, for I in range 1 to 6, so the values that I will be getting is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and the value for second one. So for I in range 1 to 6, the first value that I will be getting is 1. So I have got 1 right now. So it will go to the next statement. For j in range I, so currently the value of I is 1. So for j in range 1, implement it likewise. For j in range 1, print 1 star. So it will print star and space. So there will be a small space. 1 star will be getting printed, then it will go to the fourth line, and then it will change line. So right now we have got this. Then it will again go to line number 1, and it will say for I in range 1 to 5. So 1 is already 1 to 6. So we have already used 1. So there will be 1 increment, and now the value of I will change to 2. So it will again go to line number 2 for j in range I. So value of I is now 2. So for j in range 2, print asterisk. So as the value of j is 2, for implement, read it likewise for j in range 2. What does this mean? For j in range 2, so the value of for j in range 2, so the value of this will be 0, 1. So first of all, 1 star will be printed, then 1 space will be given, then it will again go to the line number 2 itself, then it will again check that then the value of j will be 1, and it will print another star, then it will go to line number 4 and it will change line. Now the value of I will be changing to 3, then the value for j in range I, so now the value of j has changed to 3. So value of j in range 3, it means the value of j will be like 1, 0, 1 and 2. And how is this coming? So this is coming from this table that we have already discussed. If range n, so output will be 0 to n minus 1. So here since the range is 3, so output will be 0, 1 and 2, because 0 to n minus 1, so 3 minus 1 is 2. So now it will print one star comma and is equals to space, so space will be given over here. Then it will print another, then it will go to line number 2 and the value of j will be 1 now. So likewise it will continue. So each time it will print one star, and then till now our figure will be likewise, and this will continue till our value will be 5. So I will be 5, then the value of j will be 0 to 4. So value goes like 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So it will print one star and I space, and it will again go, and likewise 4 star will be getting printed. So let's see the desired output, what we will be getting. So till 5 star we are getting, and the operation that has happened is the same that I explained. So first outer loop gets executed and the value is passed till the outer loop is true. The inner loop will execute. Once the outer loop fails, the execution of inner loop won't be possible, because a nested works in the same mechanism as the branch work. So we are done with the loops now. So now let's come to the another part. So right now we are dealing with two topics, encapsulation and generalization. So encapsulation is the process of wrapping a block of code inside a named container like a function or class. It bundles the operation and data together, hiding the internal complexities from rest of the program. So encapsulation can be understood like a function. So in the next unit I will be discussing function. In that you will get a better understanding what's encapsulation. And generalization is the process of taking function that solves a specific hard-coded problem and modify it using parameter so that it can solve multiple similar problems. So this both topic will be explained in a much better manner while I teach unit 3, that is functions, because function is whole of encapsulation, and generalization, when I will teach you generalization, then you will understand terms like parameter, argument and all such things. You will understand what function and everything. So now let's come to the part where we discuss the summary. So in the conditional statement, the first one I taught you is if. So if is used when we need to use single condition. So for if x is greater than 0, and if else is used when we need a two-way decision. If block will run when the condition is true, and else when all the given condition is false, then else block will work. For if elif else, this will be used in multiple conditions, and this is the most efficient conditional statement, as once the condition becomes true, the later conditions won't be checked. And nested if is used when you want to check the inner condition when the outer is true. It working principle is same as branch. So it is used for complex conditions. Talking about loops, so first of all we discussed for loop for I in a range, and there were 3 ways to do so. For I in range 5, so first for I in range n, so it will give you 0 to n minus 1. For I in range start to stop, so it will give you from start to stop minus 1. And for I in range start, stop and step, so it will give you start and stop minus 1, and the step will be same as what you decided. There will be jump of that number of values. And while condition, you will be using for loop when you already know number of iterations or number of repetition you need to do. And you will be using while loop when you don't know the number of times you need to run the loop, but you already know that how many till when the condition is true, then we will be using while loop. For nested loop, it will be used for matrix operation and other So working of nested loop is same as that of working of if. Both of them work on branch. So I need to teach you these three: break, continue, and pass. So break statements exits the loop permanently. So once you will use break statement in your loop, the loop won't be executed. When you use continue, it will skip that very iteration and it will go to the next. And when you use pass, it's a placeholder. So it won't print anything. It's just a mechanism. So let me teach you break, continue, and pass as well. So let me start with while loop, because while loop will give you better understanding. You can visually see while I is less than. So let me first declare the value of I. While I is less than or equal to 5, print I. So in our case, the initial value of I is 1, so it will go check if I is less than equal to 5. So yes, it is. So it will print the value of I, and then we need to update our value. So I is equals to I plus 1. So just a general information, you can also do I plus plus, it will give you the same result, or I plus equal to 1, it is very same as I is equals to I plus 1. I hope you got this. This is just extra information. So our value of I will be updated over here. Then it will go to line number 2 and it will again check the condition. If our condition stays true, it will print the value of I, then further updation, and such updations will go till our I becomes 5. And once our I becomes 5, it will print the value of I, then our I becomes 6. So when it will check the condition, so 6 is less than or equal to 5, then it is false. So our loop will stop. So it is giving 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. Now let's say you don't want to print 3. So how will you do so? Either in for loop or while loop, there is no way of doing so. Therefore, we got control statements. So the two of the most common control statement that we have is continue and break. So let me teach you break first of all. Continue. Teaching continue is easier. So if I is equal to 3, continue. I must not write it over here. So let's see. Okay. Writing here is ending our program, therefore we must write it here. Let's see if this works. Yes. No, this isn't good. I think we need to write it here. Let's see. Was created. So in order to do so, we will use continue. So in our program, we we give the value of I as 0, while I is less than 5. our value is getting updated here itself. So if I is equal to 3, it will continue, it will skip that part, and then at last we are printing the value of I, so it must work. Yes, it did work. And doing break, so breaks stops the execution of program. So whenever it will encounter 3, so from 3 itself we won't get any output. So the output we will be getting is 1 and 2. Let's see the same. So yes, we are getting the same. So giving you a brief a summary about this. So continue is used when you want to skip a single iteration, and break is used when you want to break the loop and you don't want any further flow of loop. Now talking about pass, so pass is just a placeholder. To pass won't do anything, it will just perform, you can write their piece of code later, or it will not perform any task. I have already used it earlier. So let me now give you a revision about random numbers. So in order to use random, you need to import random module first of all. So randint, random.randint, that is, so it will give you any random number between A and B inclusive. So range will give you start, stop, and step. So random from the range, and random will give any floating number where 0 is included but 1 is not included, and choice list will give you a random element from the given list. Now talking about encapsulation and generalization. Encapsulation is wrapping code in function. So one of the best benefit of this is reusability. We can use that piece of code using different place different argument, we will get the same output. It saves a lot of our time. And talking about generalization, then generalization makes our code more flexible. It handles border cases. I hope you are done with this. So we must end up this session. Before ending, I want to just go through once. So I have taught you conditional, then modulus operator, which gives you remainder. We discussed the operation, then we dealt with random numbers. We need to import the module random, then randint, which gives you integer value, rand star. So by default, rand range, it gives value from the range. Stop is exclusive and all these things. Then we dealt about Boolean expression. We learned towards Boolean expression, logical operators when both true, false, and all such other cases, in which we learned about and, or, and not operator. And then we studied conditionals, where we learned about if, else, elif, and all other things. Then we came to the loop part, where we learned while and for loop in very detail. You will use while loop when we are unaware about number of iteration, but we know that till when our condition is true, and we will use for loop when we already know the number of iterations. Then we learned nested loops. Then and we ended our session with some basic information about encapsulation and generalization. Hope you understood unit 2. So I will be coming with next video about questions. Till that time, you can revise. If you have any doubts regarding this unit, drop your doubt in comment section. And if you have any feedback about this lecture, you are most welcome to drop the same. Thank you for this lecture. May God bless you.